the answers, tell me the answers. I could find you, I could find
From the Sporting News Studios, this is Hot Corner with your host, Matt Latevsky.
I got all the answers, all the answers. I could find you, I could find all the answers. If you let me get it close and study you.
The Hot Corner back again, second episode. Last week was a success, I have to say.
Yeah, went 2-0 in Japan. Couple hits, couple saves.
Oh, you're talking about your keeper team already?
No, I'm just saying.
You have Hunter Strickland?
I'm just saying it was a success.
Yeah, it was a success.
Started.
You already know I'm Matt Latevsky, senior fantasy editor here at Sporting News, here with fantasy baseball enthusiast Eric Ferreira. He works at the company, and he's a fantasy baseball enthusiast.
I am kind of excited for Thursday, though.
Well, yeah, it's opening day.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Opening day's fun.
I wish the tournament was a little further along.
Yeah.
But I'm ready. I'm ready for some baseball.
Yeah, it's funny. You get those back-to-back, right? The first day of the tournament, opening day. I guess you're into the Masters. That's the next week.
Don't care.
And then we just sort of
I
just take 5 months off.
Yeah.
4 months off, whatever it is. Last week we did more of our previewing each position, highlighting sleepers, a little bit of draft strategy at each position. So if you want to hear that, if you still have a draft, which I would guess at this point you don't, but just in case.
You better get it in soon.
You better get it in soon. I mean, heck, let's face it. Some people might wait through this first weekend and now you're kicking up 6 games.
Why not start the All-Star break?
Why not? Just keep pushing it back. It's baseball. Do you think baseball thinks about what they're doing to fantasy baseball owners?
No. But that's a little bit of...
And by the way, nor should they. But
I think other sports think... I think football thinks about gambling. I think...
Yeah, it's a bigger part of it.
I think they think about it. They might not really make changes based on it.
Yeah, but then they take away those stupid Thursday games.
But look, even so...
Too much money at stake.
College basketball talking about reviewing buzzer beaters that don't affect the winner or the loser in the tournament. Why do you think they're doing that?
Oh, yeah, it's a spread.
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
I mean, so baseball should think about
the money.
If they want to make their game more popular, it's not just about shortening the game. It's about all the games that go along with it.
Is there other leagues that are, in other countries where they're like, hey, we're going to have our opening to the season in America?
Not really. No, and when soccer teams come over here, they don't even bring their best players out.
It's friendly.
Yeah, it's a friendly. It's after the season. And
I get it. I get we're trying to appeal, make it a global game, but if you're going to start the season, it should be the good old USA, my friend. Hey, you want to throw a game in Japan around the All-Star break? Knock yourself out. I mean, I get why you have to do it early because, as you explained to me, every 4 minutes in another time zone equals 18 days of recovery.
Every hour of a time zone you change is a day of... You need a day for each hour in the time zone.
That's what weak people tell themselves.
Okay.
That's all it is.
All right. Well, when you actually leave the continental U.S.
I will soon.
Okay.
But according to your theory, when I go to Phoenix, I should be dragging ass for
No, I never said dragging
3
ass.
days.
It takes an hour, a day per hour you're off just to get back in the normal swing of things. Sleep cycle.
I'm back my normal swing of things.
All right.
The second I step off that plane.
Whatever.
Some people are strong-minded.
We'll see when you come back from Africa.
Yeah, we will see. I'm probably dead, let's be honest. All right. For this episode, we're going to get into some classic board bets that we found ourselves arguing about during the course of this spring. And then we're going to also do some ones we kind of cooked up. It's a lot of this player or that player, but not just overall fantasy. Some are, but some are specific stat and some specific things. So we're going to go position by position. We have multiple players at a position, and we're just going to knock these out. This is for fun.
Well, the first one...
It's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, the first one, it's... we get off on a bad start because these guys don't play the same position, right? But it's this is the one that, if we're going in the order that I have them down, this is the one that started the debate.
Right.
About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because we like to debate home runs, who's going to hit more, for various reasons. Not all entertainment related. And we're trying to pick players, so to speak, and quite literally. And we had Rafael Devers.
Yep.
And Jose Abreu. Now, the way we pick players is based on how many they hit last year.
If we were in a competition that added up the total number of home runs, the way you pick your players is by how many they hit last year.
Right, like a salary cap, which we definitely are in that. And Devers 21, Abreu 22. So we got into which one would you rather have for this year to hit more homers. And I was an Abreu guy. Even though I like Devers a lot, I think breakout written all over him. I just think for safety's sake, I like Abreu. And you like Devers?
I like Devers. I think Devers has a very good shot at hitting 30 this year.
Okay.
Not sure Abreu's going to get to 30.
So Abreu is 5 years in the majors. He's averaged 29.2. Last year he only hit 22. He missed some time. You know, his rookie year he hit 36. We all thought this guy was just going to be a superstar. Kind of.
We have no idea how old he is.
He's gone up and down.
He could be 40.
Well, he's listed at 32.
Okay.
Listed at 32. A young 32 according to the listing.
Not a lot of miles on that?
Well, I mean 32 in like a month.
Oh, okay.
Not 32 in 7 months. But point is this, he may be older, we don't know. The numbers, it's not like it's been a steady decline. It's been a little fluctuation early on, but last year was obviously his
Right. I mean, he played less games.
Right.
Play less games. I like Devers, so I think Devers can get to 30. I don't love Fenway for lefty power hitters.
Oh, we established that last
I don't love
week.
that. I mean, it's 380. It's not Yankee Stadium. You know, you actually got to hit one to hit it out. I hate when people talk about like the pesky pole and how it's 302.
Oh, you just hook it.
It's so hard to actually hit it. It goes out to 380 like very quickly.
Right.
But Devers has got a lot of pop. He's got good exit velocity. He can go the other way. Prime spot in the lineup. He's going to hit third, most likely.
And that won't change all year, right?
I mean, sure, it might, but the point is they're trying to hit him third between Mookie and JD.
Right.
He's going to see a lot of fastballs.
Well, it should be all fast.
A lot of fastballs. He had 21 dingers in 121 games this year. I think he can get 30. I think he can beat Abreu.
Okay. So I'll say this for Abreu, too. In 2016, he had career lows. ISO by a long shot. Slugging was even lower. Both those numbers were lower than last year. He hit 25 homers. And then he bounced back the next year, hit 33. Now, he was younger then.
Right? We all were.
He might be the same age then as he's listed at now. I'm not sure. But the point is, like, this guy's a good hitter. He's in a decent park himself. I don't know. I think he's fine.
Well, let me ask you this before we get too much further in this. Are we actually... I know some of these are for fun. Are any of these not? Are any of these going to be tracked and not so much for fun? Are they going to be for like candy bars or something?
Candy bars. A Baby Ruth bar. Keep it baseball. They'll be for something. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
We'll figure that out. That's definitely one that's for something. We don't need to spend a ton of time since they're not the same position. But CIs, maybe. Yeah. They're both right in that range where maybe you don't need. I mean, Devers probably won't be drafted as a starting third baseman. He could be when you factor in multi-position. Abreu's right on the line. Yep. Maybe he is now with Matt Olson hurt. That bumps him up, and he's definitely a starter. But they're on the line. But the actual first baseman one that we kind of did just a head-to-head.
This feels so stupid because now I'm just going to go against.
Yeah, I know. It's fun.
This is dumb.
That's why I wanted to do it this way.
All right.
The actual first baseman one, and this is just overall fantasy production. Who's going to be better this year, Jesus Aguilar versus Jose Abreu? Now, you have to argue for Abreu.
So I'm going to pop over to the Abreu side, but this is different. This is different. Like, I assume, standard 5x5 categories. I mean, Aguilar, he had such a great season last year, but it's the first time he's ever done it. Doesn't mean he can't do it again. I just think that Abreu's safer. As you said, some of his he was a consistent, let's say, 290, 30 homer, 100 RBI guy. Right?
Last season,
Abreu.
Yeah.
So 290, 30, 100, basically those 4 years that he was good. Last year wasn't bad, but he wasn't as good. Last year, 128 games. I got his batting average on balls in play was only 294. It was usually around 330, so there could be some average adjustment there. Can their lineup be maybe a little bit better this year? It's not the Brewers lineup.
Well, they didn't get Harper or Machado. We know that.
No, but they got Moncada's a year older.
We're waiting for that Machado.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go all around in history. I'm gonna take Abreu.
All right. So I'm gonna take Aguilar. I will say this for Abreu: the average should come up. Like, that was really his biggest calling card. I mean, he had the power, had the ribbies, 100 RBIs first 4 years. He hit 290 or better the first 4 years, and all that's all good. I just like the lineup. I like the park of Aguilar. I don't know. I like what I saw. It seemed legit. The one thing I am a little worried about, though, is they have a lot of guys who can play a lot of positions there. And I don't think he's just going to fall out of the lineup. But look, did any of us think Domingo Santana, after hitting 30 homers, was just going to be out of the lineup?
Are you worried about the PED suspension? Or
What do you mean?
For Aguilar, where all those home run came from?
Oh, you just think that? God, I'm so cynical. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little worried about that.
I'm worried now.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you be? I assume that. I mean, he does Ryan Broad, right?
Right.
So I assume it's all there. No, that was just
There are a lot of guys at a lot of spots, especially corners.
right.
You've got extra corners.
You do.
Everywhere.
And that doesn't necessarily mean, he just lost his job. It just means 10 less games.
Right.
15 less games. Who even knows? So, but this is just a lineup part thing, really, is the main thing. And an age thing. I mean, he's 4 years listed younger? So that, who knows? Maybe 6 years younger. I don't know. But, the Brewers. We're going to talk more.
Oh, I'm all
I realize we're talking about them a lot.
because I think I'm into
Pushed
them.
it on me.
I didn't push them on you. They're just a cool, fun team. We could talk about the Reds all day too, but
Look,
we don't have a lot of.
We already jinxed them.
We don't really have any Reds on here, I don't think. But man,
we have former Red, but we jinxed them last week.
Yeah.
Already we ruined Scoot, so I don't want to do it again for our favorite. Each of our non-favorite. It's our NL team.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Don't you love when people say that?
Yeah.
Because I'm Twins, you're Red Sox, but our NL team is the Reds. All right, let's move to second base where we're staying in Milwaukee.
Yeah, here we go.
And this one, I like this one. We're back to just straight up HRs.
Yep.
If we're betting.
So I'll ask you because I'm giving you the field basically. Is anyone going to hit? Is any second baseman? I guess, do we say like eligible second
base eligible, and again, we're going by Yahoo, which has lower eligibility standards than ESPN, CBS, etc.
Right. So is any second baseman going to hit more homers than Mike Moustakas?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you're giving me the field, I have to take the field.
Right. Well, I'm definitely taking Moose because I'm all about him this year at second base.
So, Moose, make the case.
Last 2 years, last year at 28, the year before 38. Okay.
In Kansas City.
In Kansas City. So, I mean, part of last year was in Milwaukee, but he
2 years ago.
Right. He had the 38 year in Kansas City. He's in a great park. He's not changing leagues this year. He's
something
already,
more important, though. He's changing positions.
But you know what's going to keep, when he makes an error or something at second, he's going to get out of that funk. He's going to hit a dinger.
No, he's not. It's going to be in his head. He's not going to be able to hit. We're going to have to get
Now, he knows.
We're giving Moose 4 days off to clear his head.
He knows that he has to stay in the lineup this year because of all these corners, because of Travis Shaw and all that. So the only way he's staying at second is if he's crushing the ball.
Well, or he takes third and they switch back at some point because he's so bad and they need time.
Either way, he's hitting 35 dingers this year.
35's a lot for a guy who's only even come close to that once. Look.
Come close to it. He went.
Right, he went over it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But
is that how we refer to it?
Well, I guess I meant that he hasn't been close any other year.
So if he hit 60, would he never hit close to 35?
Yeah. Well, he'd only have come close to it once. The year he hit almost double. Look, every other year, it was his first, 4 or 5 years of the majors, he never hit more than 22. And then he hit 38, he hit 28. Obviously 3 years ago he got hurt. He was crushing it then. He probably would have then. He had 7 in almost in less than 30 games. But the point is, for whatever reason, he wasn't this big slugger we were promised. And now, it's a little bit of a post-type breakout. Maybe it's just he's going to keep doing it. And I love the park. It's the same reason I like Aguilar. I love the park. But I'm just saying, if you're giving me every other second base eligible guy, someone's beating him.
All right, so you're getting the field. So give me 2 or 3 guys that from the field.
Well,
that's going to be the ones.
I can give you guys who beat him last year.
Okay.
Max Muncy, our boy.
Oh, fine.
Matt Carpenter, who I don't like, and I don't think is going to beat him. Jose Ramirez, if he's second base eligible, even with a little injury, he's fine. Javier Baez could beat him. Then we got to get down to, I don't know, could Glaber beat him? Maybe. Could Odor beat him?
I was going to say, Odor's a little dark horse there.
Oh, for sure he is. Then we got Shaw. Could beat him, his own teammate.
We'll have to after the podcast figure out who the second baseman.
Maybe Dozier. Maybe Dozier is
because I'd like it to be second base games this year to be the qualifier. Like if you qualified from last year, if you qualified from last year but you didn't play second this year, I think you're out.
Well, man, that would change everything then.
Yeah,
but I just think, hey, maybe your boy Johnny Scope beats him.
I do like Johnny Scope.
Exactly. There's guys. Moustakas, overrated. I'm not as high on him as you. But I get why you are.
Yeah.
It makes sense. All right, let's move on. And this one...
The most exciting stat in Roto. People are obsessed with it.
Steals.
Yep.
And this one we're kind of going out of order with positions, although there is some second baseman and shortstops in here, so I think that's why we put it in this order. And then you wanted to say the Royals trio. You're obsessed with the fact that the Royals could have the 3 top stolen base guys in all of the majors this year.
I think they could have. I think 3 Royals could steal 50 bases.
Right.
I think they will steal 50 bases.
Well, that's bold.
And I want to say,
considering no one stole 50 bases
right,
last year.
I would even say I think 5 guys can steal 50 this year.
Okay, name them.
All 3 Royals: Whit Merrifield, Mondesi, and Hamilton. Mm-hmm. And I think Villar.
Okay,
VR,
our boy.
And I think Turner.
Trey Turner. But not D. Gordon. Not Alex Smith.
I think Gordon and Malix are right there too. I don't want to say 7 guys are going to do it.
Why not?
But
You're saying stupid things. Just keep it going.
Those 7 guys.
Throw it on the pile.
Listen, those 7 guys, I'm telling you, they're going to like have a competition in Kansas City.
In the clubhouse.
About stolen base. There's nothing else going on there. They're not going to hit home runs. They're not a good team.
Won a World Series.
You think anyone is going to stop them from running?
Well,
they won a World Series with no one on the current team.
Alex Gordon.
Okay.
Wasn't Danny Duffy on that team?
Probably,
Sal Perez. I mean, he's out for the year, but veteran leadership.
My point is there are going to be no red lights on those base bats.
Right.
And I think they're going to try and one up each other and just run.
How many times are they going to steal third?
I mean, a lot.
As many times as they can?
Yeah.
How many steals a home? Straight steals a home do you think we're going to get? Easier to steal third.
3. It is easier to steal third.
Not. Then why don't more people do it?
Because they don't think they need to, because you can score from second on a single.
Score from first on a homer.
Okay. Have you ever played baseball
Score from
before?
first
Have
on
you
a
ever been a
triple.
stolen base guy in baseball? It's easier to steal third. They don't hold you.
It's shorter distance for the catcher to throw.
It doesn't make up for the fact they don't hold you and you get like a 3 extra step lead.
Okay. Well, according to your theory then, Skip, more guys should steal third.
They should.
Then I think it's stupid they don't.
There's just not
They're
as much
too scared.
There's just not as much.
If it
of a
was
point.
so easy, they wouldn't be so scared to do it.
Here's the thing: they're fast, so they're going to
Less than
score
2
a
outs,
single.
you want to score.
They're going to score in a single.
Less than 2 outs, you want to score on a sac fly.
I agree.
Chopper to the right side.
I agree. I took third whenever I could.
Oh, I know you did. Guy like you, sure.
All right. Anyway,
Crazy Legs Ferreira. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Anyway, the bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take. All right. So this is. This is just the Royal stolen base champion.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna go Merrifield based on the fact that he's gonna get on base the most.
Right. You're just basically saying best all-around player.
Yep.
Guy who led the majors last year in steals.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I'm saying Bill Hamilton.
Did you say Bill Hamilton or Billy?
Not Bill. I'm going Bill.
Bill sounds so much slower than Billy.
He does sound slow.
I told you.
We did this discussion yesterday.
Well, we're giving it to the.
Or no, we did it last week on the podcast.
No.
Yeah.
No, we did it yesterday at my desk.
No, we didn't. We did it on the podcast last week.
Really?
The Bill versus Willie versus Will.
Yeah. And Willie Hamilton was still 70.
I already repeat material before the season started.
I don't know, man. All the days run together.
It's a bad sign. But no, I'm saying Billy Hamilton. And basically, look, last year was really bad all around. But it really wasn't, in terms of hitting, wasn't that much worse than the year before for him. They had the exact same OBP, 299 both years. And his previous 4 seasons, he stole at least 56. Last year, he dropped to 30. The percentage was a little bit lower. He got caught stealing like 10 times. I don't, put it this way, he's what, 28, 27? Like, he's not old. He's not like slow now. I don't see any reason he can't, again, like you say, no red lights. Why won't he steal 60?
Because he won't get on base enough.
Well,
but, I mean, I told you, he'll still 50.
That's what I'm saying. He got on base the same amount 2 years ago as he did last year, and he stole 56. Or no, he stole 59, I think. I think that was a career high 2 years ago with the 299 OBP. He's had a good spring. I don't think that means much.
Where's he going to hit for him? 9?
Well, that's the thing. Those fewer at-bats could really hurt him.
In this kind of competition,
It matters. Yes, it definitely matters. Well, he wasn't going to get on base anyway, so who cares?
He'll never be on base.
It's good logic. But no, I just think he's the fastest. He's the best. And that is the epitome of what he does. And I know your argument is kind of, well, that's what they all do, and they're not going to care. Well, Merrifield's too good to be stealing 50-plus bases.
Possibly.
He can steal 45. We're entering a too good stage for Whit Merrifield.
Okay. Interesting.
He does too many other things. And Mondesi, I mean, you talk about a guy who might not get on base enough. He's the real wild card in all this.
He is the wild card because, I mean, if he does things at the rate he did last year, then forget about it.
Sure, but if he does things at the rate he did in the minors,
right?
That's not good for him or the people who overdrafted
There's
him.
also
like we've recommended.
You forget, they still have Terrence Gore.
Oh, I know.
I believe he has more stolen bases than career at bats, right?
I mean, definitely in the postseason.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has more.
Isn't it amazing that a guy who's that bad at baseball has hung around collecting a major league paycheck for that long?
To do
How come
one
you
thing.
couldn't if you're so fast and take
Not
third
fast
at
anymore,
will?
bro.
Were you a pinch runner?
I pinch ran against Brian Rose. You remember Brian Rose?
I remember the name.
And stole second off him. That was my claim.
Ooh, why not third if you were already at second then?
Because he only threw. He actually came in. Actually, no, I didn't pinch run. I got on first before he got in the game. I knew I didn't hit off him, right?
Right.
And he.
No, that'd be crazy.
He came into the game. It was a tight game. It was like a 2-1 game or something like that.
Sure.
So.
How old were you?
This is high school, either junior or senior. I think he might have been a year older than me.
High school
I think I was
baseball
junior.
stories.
So, no, he only threw 9 pitches once he
that's
came
all
into the
he
game.
needs.
So I didn't have a lot of time to get. I got the second. That was scary. And
Oh, that's scary.
well, like when he was trying to pick me off, I was like, I was.
Oh,
just
you thought
nervous.
you'd get hit in the face.
No, I just thought he was
I thought
gonna
they
pick me
didn't
off.
hold you on
No, I
at
thought he was
first.
going to pick me off.
Oh, I thought they didn't hold you on
I
at
didn't have
second,
time
though.
to get to third.
But I thought they didn't hold you on at second. Why was he trying to pick you off on
Trying to
second?
pick me off on first.
Oh, you
So
should
by
have
the time I got
second.
to second, I was already exhausted.
Oh, yeah. That
The
story
point
has
is, there was
holes in it.
the point is, he only threw 9 pitches.
That story has holes in it.
The point
But
is,
anyway,
he threw 9 pitches. By the
so
way,
bonus.
yeah.
If one of these, so you think Merrifield's going to lead the majors in steals or one of those
but
other
hold on,
guys?
Real quick, Terrence Gore, 27 career steals, 19 career at bats.
And plate
Regular
appearances.
season. Plate appearances. Oh, that's plate appearances. That's 19 plate
Holy
appearances.
crap, man.
Yeah.
What a weird career.
7 steals, 19 plate appearances.
What a weird career.
That's insane. That's insane. Anyway, no, okay. So I'm going to take a different guy to lead the majors. I'm going to go outside the Royals. I'm going to go Trey Turner.
Too good.
He probably is. I'm basing this completely on the fact that Harper's not going to be there.
Right.
The last 2 years, he stole 46 and 43 bases. And that was with Harper there. That was
Right.
with Harper batting behind him a fair amount of time. Now they might have to manufacture a few more runs. Probably not going to say don't run because then they're going to walk Harper or pitch around him. I think he'll have more of a green light.
Juan
if that's
Soto's
possible.
better than Bryce Harper anyway.
Maybe. I'm going to take Turner.
No, he's fair. The thing with Turner, and I feel like people who drafted him really high last year felt he was going to improve. And he really didn't. I mean, the OBP got marginally better. The power went down. He didn't really improve, but it's like he stole 46 in 98 games 2 years ago. So when you look at that pace, it makes you, and he's 33 and 73 games in 2016. That's why, I joke about the too good, but I think it's kind of true in a weird way where, wait, he played 162 games last year.
Yeah.
And stole 43. Based on these paces, he should have stole 60 some.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I'm a star player.
I'm taking some shots
I'm
here.
trying to get 200 plus million.
I'm taking some shots here. Who's going to beat him?
Have you seen these contracts people are handing out now?
It's contract.
And they're not handing them out for steals.
No. So who's going to be Turner?
Bill Hamilton.
Bill Hamilton? Again.
I'm just sticking with him.
Let me just give you one pice of advice or one word.
Please
some
do.
warning on
I
taking
need to
out.
learn.
Can't steal first base.
Thanks. Thanks. That was great. All right.
Let's get some better play. Well, not that Trey Turner and Whit Merrifield aren't good, but the guys you're picking.
Right.
Hamilton. Let's stop talking about Billy Hamilton.
Yeah. Or Malik Smith or D. Gordon.
But I would say this year is going to be a lot more steals in baseball than last year.
Yeah, because we look
At least
back,
at the top.
the previous years, there was more at the top from those very top guys. It was kind of a weird year. Gordon was way down and Hamilton were way down last year.
I just think it's
despite
situation.
really not being hurt.
I think it's situated. I think in Seattle, they don't have a lot going on there. So,
Right.
so Smith and Gordon will run around. I think VR is going to run around in Baltimore. Nothing going on there. Kansas City, 3 guys, nothing going on. That's just going to be like
That's like the new target, right? Guys who run on bad teams. You don't want guys who run on good
in the Royal,
teams.
I think, again, the Royals, I think that's going to be their thing.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, we don't win games, but man.
That's the only way. We got to
are-
manufacture
we
these
are
runs.
annoying on the base paths.
What? Yeah, I wish the Mariners had one more guy so we could do a Mariners versus Royals, but they just don't.
Just don't.
They just don't. They used to have Segura. He could have.
And Turner needs like competition in the NL.
Yeah. All right. Well, Garrett Hampson maybe. All right. Let's go to our shortstop ones. Kind of a weird one. This is all around fantasy production, correct?
Okay.
Is
Yep.
what we decided.
Yep. I don't know how we'll score it, but we'll figure it out.
Well, how do you ever score it? Carlos Correa versus Gene Segura. And we kind of arrived at this one because we feel both of these guys are flying under the radar. Although everyone, or most places, I believe, right, seem to have Correa ranked ahead. It just seems like we sort of give Correa a pass in a way, even though he was pretty...
Not good last year?
I was going to say, bad might be, but he was kind of bad last year.
Injury prone.
2 straight years with injuries. And then Segura seems like very underrated.
Just forgotten about.
Just moved over to this new sexy team, and he doesn't get talked about.
The interesting thing between these two guys is that Correa, people are willing to, like you said, give him passes. People are like, they are waiting for this Correa breakout where he's going to be an MVP. And they're also, as much as they're looking at Correa like that, I feel like they look past Segura.
Looking over him.
Right.
Well, there's other guys too, right, that you're excited about there, whether it's Glaber, if eligible at shortstop, Bogarts, who's kind of overlooked himself in a weird way, even though he won a batting title? Close, right?
No, he didn't. But he led a lot one year, and then I think that's who they won.
I mean, there's a lot of these other guys. You have Seager coming back. We talked about him being undervalued, but I think he's still on people's radars. So Segura's just kind of this dude. And I think it's because so many of these guys hit homers now, and he can hit homers, but not at that rate as most of those guys. And that's why but he does steal more bases than a lot of them.
This is one of those guys that if I had if I was one of those people who play like 10 fantasy teams, I'd want a lot of Segura.
You got a lot of Segura shares?
What I mean?
So you're taking Segura to be better than Correa?
Yes.
You would take Segura over Correa in a draft?
Yeah, but either way,
why did you hesitate?
Well, no, because I was thinking about the whole value thing. Like if you can get Segura later, I'd rather have Segura later.
I guess I'm saying if it's the 10th round, they're both on the board. You can probably well, if Correa's there, I can still probably wait.
I'd rather have.
I get you.
Either, but I might rather have him either way. I mean, sure, you might want to be the guy sitting on Correa the year he busts out.
So this kind of comes down to what you need, right? I mean, let's be honest, that's what most fantasy is. If you need a little more speed, you're gonna maybe lean Segura. If you need a little more power, you want to lean Correa. Again, ribbies and runs also.
I said it last week when he was in Arizona, his last year in Arizona, when he was in a good park, 20 homers, 30 steals.
And he's younger then, though.
And he hits 300 every year. He's in a great spot and a great lineup.
He was younger then.
Gonna score a lot of runs.
Yeah, that's the big thing. We're gonna get to those Phillies runs in a bit, but that's a big thing for sure.
Yeah, so you're gonna take Correa.
I'm gonna take Correa just because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. He's hitting 35 homers. He's just a prototype of a dude who is going to be, you never want to say the next A-Rod because A-Rod was amazing, but he's that dude.
He's got a stiff neck today.
Well,
scratched the lineup today.
So his injuries, right? 2 years ago was a thumb, which I consider, I don't want to say fluky, but kind of. It's not like a chronic habitual thing, but last year was back.
And then we got neck.
And now we got neck. Those are connected. I don't know if you ever heard that song or played that game.
You sing that song?
I don't know it. But the point is this. I like that it's not knees, I'll put it that way, or things like that. But back is kind of as scary.
Knees, you rehab your knees and then they're fine.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, okay.
So I think
Dr. Novik down here.
Once you get a knee injury, that's it. Dunzo. Okay. But I'm just always going to bet on him until it happens. He could be 33. I'm probably still going to be saying this is the year.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to
good team, good lineup, good park. All right, let's move to.
Speaking of kind of shortstops.
Correct. Manny Machado. So. If I said an over-under for his homers this year at 30, what are you taking over-under? I'm going to take the under. Okay. And I know you've got a binder of research over there that you've been working feverishly on. Two calculations.
On Manny Machado, home, road, Camden, splits. So I'm not going to steal your thunder because I think you're going the same way as me.
His career road splits.
The thing is, it's funny because he was over 30 every year with Baltimore.
I mean, he hit 37 last year. Yeah. Career road splits, though, 271, 319, 443. That's the triple slash. So he's hit 175 career homers. 76 were on the road. So basically it's like 100, 99 to 76. Even though he's played 72 more games on the road, that's versus Camden. That's not home road. The other thing was home road, so that it's a little skewed. I didn't want to figure out slugging percentage, just taking out Camden. So it's home road, but obviously he's played the vast majority of his career in Camden. This one though is
AL East, which
right
4 and 5 are good parks.
He gets Colorado now, but the other parks aren't good. So you look at Arizona's good, but you look at this. So this is Camden versus non-Camden. 76 out of 175 have been on the road, despite playing 72 more games away from Camden. Hey, you never know about the whole. Hey, he's got money. He's sitting fat right now. I don't know. I never know about because you could argue just as much he's motivated to show everyone
it's not like
wrong.
He can't reach the fences in San Diego.
Oh no, he can hit. He can hit about it anywhere.
It's a lot. It's a lot of games in a bigger park.
Right.
And then you throw in LA, throw in San Francisco. It's a lot of games in big parks.
And we've seen guys just drop below. Like we say, I mean, even Moustakas hits 38, comes back the next year, hits 28, even though a chunk of that time was spent in a much better park. And I don't know exactly, it was probably only a handful of games when you factor in home road, but guys regress too. Like it just happens. Sometimes guys have a down home run year.
New league thing. Well, I mean, he was in LA last year, but
yeah, that's a lot of news.
I mean, we might have set it too low, but we wanted to prove a point that like he's going to hit in the 20s.
Let's start going through it like this, guys. Third baseman, are they going to hit more home runs than Manny Machado this year?
Okay.
Let's start with Chris Bryant, who hit 13 last year.
I'm gonna say yes because
all right, you're gonna take Bryant.
Yep.
I think I am too. Miguel Andujar hit 27 last year.
I'm gonna say no.
So you think Machado hits more? So you think Andujar really doesn't improve then, home run wise?
I'm not a big I'm like a sophomore slump. I get very nervous about second year players.
He could even out. They have players too, especially once Gregorius comes back. Where again, he's not just going to lose his job, I don't think. But they were weird this. They wanted Machado this offseason.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I'm gonna say. No
I should say Vlad Guerrero just because why not? Let's try Matt Carpenter. Hit 36 last year.
I'm gonna say no on him.
Yeah, me
just
too.
Because
as much as I'm sort of down on him, I'm down on Carpenter. Moustakas, clearly you say yes. Devers, I guess you say yes, right? That's right on the line. Yeah. That's right on the 30 line.
I say push. They're going to push. They're both in at 29.
Good Lord.
Yeah, because I think Devers like tops out at 30.
Okay.
And it's not like Machado's going to hit 22, right? So
probably not.
If he doesn't hit 30, he's going to hit 27, 28, 29 or something.
All right. How about his teammate, Will Myers?
I'll take Machado.
I think I take Myers there.
Really? Well, I mean, he's got his own injury stuff going on too.
Well, yeah.
Is he more used to hitting it?
Exactly.
Petco, so he like knows
he's
how
adjusted.
hard he has to swing.
Those ocean winds.
Yeah.
He gets it.
What's the most Myers has ever hit though?
I want to say 28. Nah, is he at 30? Let me check. All right. While I check that, you can ponder.
And Myers isn't really a third baseman anymore, but
well, no, but he's eligible there, and that's really all we care about for fantasy.
I'm going to. All right.
How about Javi Baez?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Here's one for you because we got to bring up the Reds.
Oh yeah.
How about Eugenio Suarez?
Eugenio?
Sorry.
He's hit 30. Myers hit 30 2 years ago. 28 and 30 before last year. Yeah. I'm taking that Reds ballpark.
God, I love that Reds ballpark.
It's so small. I love Camden too.
Yeah.
Should never have left.
Bandboxes.
You just want to put up numbers, man.
Bandboxes.
Yeah.
Well, you put up numbers to get your big contract and then you go retire in San Diego.
That's pretty smart. Pretty smart. All right. How about if Miguel Sano was healthy?
I have no confidence in him.
He would have hit more than 30 this year if he was healthy.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he would have. He's a slugger.
How about
he gets it done.
Jose Ramirez going to hit 30?
Easily.
Matt Chapman? You got to take Machado, right?
He's got to pick up the slack now with no Olsen. Yeah. But yeah, he's not a home run hitter. He's too good. Too good defensively to hit a ton of home runs. On the line, I'd say, I'm going to take although maybe there's a little playing time, but I'm going to take him.
Bregman.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, wow.
All day.
Okay.
All day, Bregman.
All right.
We're easy on that one. All right. So now let's get to the outfield. We got a couple of these different ones. This is a personal one.
This is personal.
This came up again. It's homers again. It came up when we were debating who was going to hit more homers this year. Schwarber versus Grichuk. And there's a bonus one too, but we'll start with that.
Yeah, so I'm on Schwarber, although I have to admit, I think the day
you did a little research.
The day this came up, I was like, I like Grichuk. I've always been a Grichuk guy.
And the old Matt man here was the one.
So I got a little nervous. Some things I've read the last couple days. But I'm going to stick with Schwarber.
Nervous about Schwarber or
No.
nervous because Grichuk's so awesome?
No, thinking Grichuk could go mid-30s.
Yeah.
Because I think Schwarber is definitely 30 to 35. I feel good about saying Schwarber's 30 to 35.
Definitely.
Yeah. I feel good about that.
Definitely. I'll give you definitely 26 plus, which is something Grichuk is not definite because for whatever reason, he always doesn't play more than 120 some games.
So I feel good about Schwarber 30 to 35. But
So
I could see. But we had a Grichuk bet last year. You already lost. You're already
Grichuk versus Mookie.
down a candy bar.
Grichuk versus Mookie.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was easy. Candy.
But that one was stupid though, just because Mookie got off that hot start and then had to hold on.
Yeah.
And then Grichuk was coming on strong.
Yeah, he really held on in his MVP year.
Well, for homers. Come on.
Can we really not talk about actual betting? We have to use other.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we can say bet.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not lame.
Well, I didn't know if we had to pretend that
To who?
there wasn't actual money.
No, there's very much money on this stuff. So Schwarber. So here's why. And so this originally was Renfroe.
Yes, and I was willing to bet my life savings on this one.
Well, but that's just playing time. So here's some stats for you.
Oh, okay.
Over the last 3 years for Schwarber and Grichuk, 2 for Renfroe. Average homers, average games.
Mm-hmm.
For Grichuk, 23.7 homers in 126 games.
Okay.
And that's basically steady.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not because he had 151 year and 90. It's like, no.
Yeah, he's always around
He
25%.
plays those amount of games and hits those homers.
Right.
Schwarber, 24 homers in 111.7 games.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's because of an injury 3 years ago that sort of brought that out. But he's pretty steady with the games. You know you're probably not getting more than 130.
But his game, I almost like to look at his game log because how many games does he get?
Pinch hit.
Does he pinch hit
Right.
and he grabs the
No,
game,
that's
but
fair.
only one at bat?
That's right. I mean, I probably should have looked at bats, but I just did games.
Well, no,
quicker.
I'm actually curious about that because I think we think,
and it's fair.
Oh, he'll come in every Cubs game as soon as a righty comes. That doesn't happen.
No. You just need days off. So Renfroe the last 2 years, and again, this is basically, he's hit 26 both years, about 119.5 games. So pace-wise, it's Renfroe is the guy. Then Schwarber, then Grichuk.
But you have to stay in your team's lineup.
Well, that's just it. And with Renfroe, we can't really count on that because of Franmil, and they need Margot to play center, and obviously Myers. With Schwarber, we know that he's gonna not start against lefties, or not, maybe not all, but a fair amount. Grichuk's the guy who could just be in the lineup every day. Now, they have a bunch of guys, too. They got Teoscar floating around, and for some reason, they love McKinney. And obviously, Pilar's a defensive whiz, so he's going to be in the lineup, too. But I just feel, if we're just betting straight homers, I feel Grichuk's going to play the most games, and thus I feel he's going to hit 30 plus.
I have one other nugget for you for Grichuk. I'm not sure. I think I read he might be in a contract year. You know how guys do it in contract years. He's going to try
so hard.
I wish we could find someone I could go with you against Renfroe, though.
Well, Renfroe's just... I could do one against myself, Renfroe versus Avasale.
Well, you want me to just throw an over-under out there for you on Renfroe? I'll say he won't hit his 26 this year. You said he's hit 26 2 years in a row?
Yeah.
I'll say he won't.
Well, yeah. I mean, probably not.
Okay.
Because of playing time. You'd have to lower it, I think. We had the discussion last week about Will Myers missing an L, the Matts, like Matt Latos missing the T. Mm-hmm. We forgot to mention Randall Grichuk.
Mm-hmm.
That's
1L?
1L.
I feel like I've seen that a little bit, though, no?
I don't like it. Stings my eyes. But yeah, he's 27. He's in a good spot. I really like him as a breakout. Last 3 years, 24, 22, 25. 2 of those years with the Cardinals. Hasn't played more than 132 games any of those seasons. There was a AAA one. I think there was one where it's multiple AAA stints.
Yeah, they kept sending him around.
Both 16 and 17. The last 3 years, he's played games in the minors. Yeah. Some of that's injury stuff.
Is he out of options?
Has to be. We're out of options with him. So that's going to be an interesting one. Pretty similar home run hitters there.
So what's the official Schwarber versus Grichuk, right?
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna stick with that just because Renfroe's too volatile. All right, here's a weird one: homers plus steals, straight up, or those two categories together. Mm-hmm. Tommy Pham versus Andrew Benintendi.
Yep. I think you got me on this one. You can go first.
All right, I got Fam.
I'm nervous about this one.
Last 2 years, he had 48 and he had 36. Hasn't played more than 137 games. I think the big thing is he's going to hit more homers than Benintendi. And Benintendi's...
I'd say he hit one last night, though.
In spring training?
Cactus League game.
We're counting that?
Off a lefty.
Well, that matters.
That matters.
And I know, were they playing in Little Fenway?
No, they were playing in Little Wrigley.
Oh, it's because, I don't know, is it as hard to hit homers for a lefty in Little Fenway as it is in Big Fenway?
I don't know what the dimensions are, but they make it look
perfectly to scale.
I'm going to take Benintendi. You kind of, I wouldn't say you baited me into this one. I think Fam definitely has higher upside to put those numbers up, but...
And again, we're just talking homers and steals.
Right.
We acknowledge Benintendi, more runs.
Right. Now,
likely better average.
Very consistent last few years. He went 20-20 and 16-21. He's 24 and a half years
Already
old.
dropping off in homers, huh? Bad sign.
He's 24 and a half years old, but you know what? He's entering his prime.
Bad sign.
And he's hitting leadoff. Could be a few extra SBs there.
Could be.
Just based on that. Last year it was flip-flopped.
Right.
Mookie was leading off. Benintendi was second. Now
like 5 extra at-bats?
No, well, not extra at-bats. What I meant to say is like more at-bats with no one on in front.
Okay.
More at-bats as a leadoff hitter.
Oh, so he could steal more too.
Right.
Maybe. Right. Yeah. Because Mookie was always on base.
Pretty much.
Especially the second half when he stopped hitting homers.
Right.
He was just getting on base.
Clogging up those bases.
No, so the thing with Fam, and this is the even bigger thing, 7 years older and seems to get injured every year.
Right. And what I wanted, we settled on home runs plus steals.
Right.
I wanted to bring doubles into this.
Well, we all want to bring doubles into it.
I'm a believer in Benintendi and doubles.
Well, and we know how easy it is to steal third, so he's probably just going to steal third if he hits a double. Yeah, you just think he bangs some oppo off the monster.
Why not?
Just double.
Yeah, and now I think if Benintendi played in, one of those small ballparks for lefties like Yankee Stadium, he'd probably hit 30 days.
Every time with the Yankee Stadium.
Because it bothers me.
What about Cleveland? Say Cleveland.
No, because
it's just as small.
You know what it is? Because I feel like Yankee left-handed hitters have gotten just increases in how great people think they are because of that.
Brett Gardner.
Gregorius shouldn't ever hit that many homers. People like Trot Nixon just got stuck on 18, 20 homers every year.
Difference is
would have hit 30 in New York.
Trot Nixon. The difference is righties hit him at Yankee Stadium too.
They do.
Yeah.
But a lot of dinky lefties have put up some pretty good home run totals.
Wait, are the homers dinky or is the guy dinky?
The guy's dinky and then the homer
a dinky
by
guy?
association is
How about
dinky.
this? How about your boy, Jacoby Ellsbury, having his roid rage-fueled year in Fenway, hitting almost 30 homers or whatever he hit.
380 feet.
Goes to Yankee Stadium.
All of them were 380.
Goes to Yankee Stadium, can't hit him anymore. Yeah. Explain that one.
He had to cut his hair.
This ruins your theory.
Long hair.
He was an idiot.
I'm just saying, a lot of dinky guys hit a lot of left-handed homers.
Dinky guys. But to be clear, we are saying we like Benintendi better overall for fantasy. Yes. But just homer steals, the fact you can get Fam 5 rounds later, a crazy amount later, if that's sort of your primary focus, I think Fam's going to do more.
Just think about those runs Benintendi's going to score.
Fam's going to score runs.
I'm into runs this year. I don't know why. I'm into runs.
It's a big runs year for you?
It's a big runs year for me.
Big runs year?
Yeah.
I like that. It's like a phase.
I want to get in
I'm really into grunge rock this year.
I want to get in a runs pool. I feel like I have some good guys for a runs pool this year.
Well, you know my feeling on runs, my big fantasy runs thing.
No, I don't.
I think if you're pulled for a pinch runner, you should still get it. No, not the whole run, but at least half. Or it should depend on what base you get pulled. Right. So if you get pulled at second, half. If you get pulled on third, 3/4 of that run.
Funny. So in old man softball, there's a lot of pinch runners. The old guys get hurt, they can't run. First you need to take a runner. So last out, last inning, or whatever goes in runs, and then they score. And then he comes in the dugout and people are giving him high fives.
I didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, because you're marginally faster.
You're 0 for 4 today.
It's just because that guy's got a fake hit.
You're 0 for 4 today. You've been last out. You've been last out last inning 3 times.
Way to go!
But you lead the team in runs.
Where those Steel's wheels were on. Yes, because you're always in the dugout.
Yeah.
Idiot. No, but I think that's a fair thing. Because especially catchers, there was a guy. Who did I have one year who kept getting yanked for a pinch runner?
Those runs cost.
It was driving me nuts. And again, if you really added it up, it was probably 4 total runs all year.
But you saw all 4.
It just felt like it was a lot.
If I've seen this happen 4 times live on TV, I'm sure it's happened every
times.
night.
Double it. So, yeah. Well, heck, for every A's game I watch, there's 4. What's that?
It's the second heck you've dropped.
Did I just say heck? What did I say?
It's the second time you said it.
How did I say it?
You're just like, heck.
Did I really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever said that before.
You said it twice in the last hour.
That's really weird. I'm glad you pointed that out. Now I'll be self-conscious about it. But, I mean, heck, if I'm watching an A's game, there's probably 3 I don't watch.
Right.
Do the math.
Yeah.
All right. You love runs.
I love runs.
It's a big runs year. You're in your runs phase.
I'm in my runs phase.
Lorenzo Cain, another Brewer versus Andrew McCutchen for most runs.
I'm going with Kutch. Going with Andy.
So you're going away from your
Andy
Brewers.
McCutchen.
Okay, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, I might be at a disadvantage because I'm like, guy, great park, great lineup, top of the order. I'm like, oh, Cain already had those things. It's just that it's new for McCutchen. But McCutchen, great OBP. 368 OBP last year. Multiple years in his career, over 400 OBP.
Yeah. He's clearly worse, though, now than he was.
Sure. Well, that's why he's down at 368.
Well, last year was a weird year, too.
But great lineup.
Player part of the time.
Great park. Great lineup spot. I mean, behind him, Segura, Harper, Hoskins.
Real Muto, Franco.
Don't let him get on first base because it's going to be a run.
He ain't going to be stealing a lot, though. No need to.
Probably not. But you still got the legs to go from first to third and second to home on a single.
Easily. Oh, he's a smart base runner, and that's more important than speed.
Loves a smart base.
He knows how to really cut the corner of the bag when he rounds it.
Take good turns.
So Cain, you said it with Cain. He was already in that situation last year. So my question is, why didn't he score more? And I know part of it, he seems to always miss games, so that's another reason to take McCutchen. But he scored, I think, 90 last year. Why didn't he score more? He batted leadoff or second, mostly leadoff, but or second almost all year. Felt like he should have scored more, and he didn't.
Tell you what.
And I don't know, is the lineup going to be better this year?
Tell you what.
Tough to get much better.
He better bring more 90 because 90 ain't going to win this one.
I don't think it will either.
90 ain't going to win this
one. So I think I'd probably side with McCutchen too.
No, you can't do that.
All right, I'll take Cain.
Yeah, you have to.
And I feel pretty good about it. But that's a weird one. They're different players, obviously. Cain's a little lower homer, a little higher steal. McCutchen's more of that.
Maybe it's
he's not going to be 2020, but like 2015. Maybe it's because the Brewers
strike out a lot. So even though they hit a lot of homers, they're not manufacturing runs, not moving guys over.
Maybe. Yeah, it's not a bad theory. So we'll see. But I like them. All right, here's our very important one.
This is stupid.
Catchers.
We want to hit every position.
Catchers.
Let's at least not let the listeners think that like we think this is real. We were trying to go position by position and come up with some stuff.
All right. This is a real one. Catchers, stolen bases. I have the 2 Austins. You have the 2 Wilsons.
Yep.
So I have Austin Barnes and Austin Hedges. Mm-hmm. You have Wilson Ramos and Wilson Contreras. Mm-hmm. I feel I should get Austin Romine too.
You don't need him.
Maybe I don't.
You don't need him because what did we find out yesterday? Wilson Ramos never stolen a base in his career.
So he's due.
He's due, but I'm putting this on
3 career attempts.
Putting this on Contreras.
For Wilson Ramos. Now, say this, Wilson Contreras has the most average steals the last couple years at 4.5.
That's because, we put these bets out there and we take them seriously. Mm-hmm. We might like to make good odds.
So based on the trends, 2-year trends.
What are we looking at for a final score here?
Well, 2-year trends, my guys would be combined 7.5. Yours would be 4.5. But Hedges is going to lose playing time this year compared to years past because of Mejia.
Barnes is going to gain it.
Maybe. We thought he was going to gain it last year more, and he didn't. And they have a prospect catcher. They brought back Russell Martin, team leader. So this could be closer. And like I said, Ramos is due. He's getting 1 this year. That's my call. Wilson Ramos will steal a base this year. So if Contreras gets his 4 to 5,
we got
you're at 5 to 6. I think we're pretty even.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to be searching those box scores every night looking for Ramos steals. And I will be damned if he has some defensive indifference garbage. Give him steals.
That would be bullshit. But how many stolen bases does a catcher have to have before you care? Let me ask you this. Just in general, you're looking at your fantasy. How many before you go, he adds a few steals too?
For every other position, it's 10, right? But for catcher, it's got to be 5.
See, Contreras had 5. Yeah. And I never thought that about him before.
What did Jason Kenley use? Jason Kenley used to get up near 20, didn't he? Or was that just like
maybe
remembering fondly?
Maybe. Old Kenny. But, because I remember Barnes.
People call him Old Kenny?
I just did. Because I remember Barnes.
Barnesy?
Well, Barnesy, before last year, one of the reasons I really tabbed him as a sleeper is because he had stolen 18 in the minors. And he also, he wasn't, he could play other positions. One season. And he plays other positions, so it might be that, I love catchers who don't play catcher.
I know you do.
So I thought he'd steal more, and then it was 4. Nothing special.
Because you get up there to the major.
But it was funny
and
because
you're like, Coach, I can run a little bit, and they're like, you're a catcher.
But once that catcher gets that reputation, you said this to me, doesn't Realmuto steal some bases?
Right.
And I was like, he had that 1 year where he stole 12. He went 8, 12, 8. So I think 8's the number for a catcher.
8's a lot. No, 8's he's dominating the position.
Right.
I think to be happy you got something is 5
and
or
last
6.
year he stole 3, so I think that dream is dead.
I think 5 or 6 we get. But let me give you some Jason Kendall stats.
Kenny?
Dude went over 20 3 years in a row with a high of 26.
What was his high homers, though? He was real low homer, right?
14.
Yeah.
He went 14-22 that year. The other year he went 12-26. That's pretty good.
They have a theme park. They have a theme park up in Pittsburgh called Kennywood, I think.
Is it for him?
I assume it is now.
I think he's got a kid that's coming up.
Yeah, young Kenny. Kenny Jr. KJ. Juice. All right, let's get to some pitchers. We got some randos here. First one, Joe.
These aren't randos.
Well, this one is. The first one is Joe Musgrove versus Steven Matz.
Yeah,
and
it.
How'd you want to do this again?
All right, we're going to do best of 5.
Okay.
Best of 5, wins, Ks, ERA, whip, and FIP.
Oh, FIP. That was the third one. Okay, yeah, no, I'm even more confident now in my pick. All right, wins.
Matsy.
I got Musgrovey. Yeah. I got Grover.
I got Mats all around.
I got Grover.
All right.
All right. Whip.
Whip, I'm going to give...
That's an easy one.
You think that's an easy one? You think that's Matsy?
No, it's Grover all day. He doesn't walk people.
All right, well, I'm giving you K's and whip, but I'm taking...
Oh, I think Matz is better for K's.
Really? I was going to give you K's and whip, and I'm going to take wins, ERA, and FIP.
So, because the Grover last year, I really like calling him that. He's better, the K rate has never been really high, and usually it's bolstered because he's done a lot of relief work. And last year he was only started in 7.8. Matz is closer to 1 an inning.
Well, let me tell you about Matz's September. He had 32 September innings with a 2.51 ERA and 39 Ks.
Yeah, he was good. I would give Matz Ks, I'd give him ERA.
He's had an okay spring.
Right. Yeah, Matz is fine. He's a decent bounce back. You can get super late or for $1, like I know you did, and you were just begging for my approval on that pick.
I always beg for your approval.
Why don't you like this one? Put Matz right.
First of all, his name is kind of your name, so you should have been on it.
That's true.
Number 2, you know so much more about fantasy baseball than me. I want your approval.
So smart. And then if we're going FIP, then I think it's old Grover too. Grover wins this one.
Does it matter that yesterday you called him by the wrong name?
That was real quick.
What did you call him? It wasn't
Jake.
Jake Musgrove. Now Jake Musgrove, I wouldn't mess with.
I don't like him.
Joe Musgrove.
All right, let's do K's just straight up.
Exciting guys.
We got two different straight up K's. Yep. K's is the pitcher version of homers. Let's be honest. Carlos Carrasco versus Chris Sale.
Yep.
Who do you like?
Well, I like Chris Sale.
So in both of the other one, I'll just say it now, is Chaz Morton versus Rob Ray, old Charlie versus Robbie. And so for both of these, I took the lower K rate guy, basically saying I think he's going to be healthier. You took the obvious answer. I took
Sale. I just have a feeling that before he eventually gets really hurt, he's going to have a monster season. With us across, I mean, he has.
Yeah, he has.
But everything across, he's going to win 20 games. He's going to have the low ERA and win. He's just going to do it all, win a Cy Young.
Right.
And they just paid him, and I know they're going to bring him along slow, and there might be some 5-inning starts in there. But the dude had a 13.5 K per 9 last year as a starter.
Yeah, and the year before was 12.9.
That's insane for a starter.
It's pretty sick.
It's insane.
He's really good. And the funny thing too is I think we think of him as an injury-prone guy. I mean, he's never had fewer than 26 starts. In the 3 years before last year, 31, 32, 32. Last year was 27.
Well, it's tough because he doesn't really get injured. He just gets worn down, it seems.
A bit.
And that's a little tougher to fix.
It's something.
But I feel like the Red Sox didn't give him all that money unless they felt pretty good about it.
Yeah, because that's never happened before.
No, but
because Clayton Kershaw is just picture of health right now, despite his huge contract. No, I know. You're right, though. And the thing is,
I mean, it's a homer bet.
Well, it's the smart bet. It's much smarter to take him because Carrasco, I mean, he's at 10.8 last year, career high. He seems to be ascending on the K rate, but so is everyone because Ks are just going up.
Just insane. 158 innings last year for Sale, 237 Ks.
Yeah, and so Carrasco threw 192 innings and had 231 Ks.
Insane.
So it's definitely, and Ray and Morton is about the same level. I think it's, what was Ray last year? Was he almost 12? He was over 11 K per nine.
I have 12. I might have rounded.
Right.
And he had, it was for innings and Ks, it was 160 innings, 215 Ks.
Right, exactly.
If he can just get that up to like 180,
he's gonna have a lot of Ks.
He's been striking out a lot.
He's got a lot of other question marks though. Yeah. Overall fantasy, but Morton.
But I think Morton does too. Morton's old.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's 35, and that's his big thing. The last 2 years, though, at least 10 K per nine. He's this weird late bloomer that you kind of want to say is a fluke. I don't think changing teams is really going to hurt him. He is in a tougher division in terms of hitting, so maybe he just throws less inning because he's getting knocked around more, and that hurts his Ks. K rate might be the same, but just, we're talking raw numbers. So I'm definitely, that one's a big time, a much bigger risk than the other one because I got the older guy and the guy who Ks less. Yeah. So
suckered you into that one.
You suckered me into it. What can I say? I was still on that high. I was still embarrassed because I said Jake Musgrove, so I wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah, I had you reeling.
All right, closer. This is back to our Royals.
Well, we were just looking for some closer battles, I think, right?
And so we took this one because you were all in on Peralta.
I mean, I'm as much in as you can be on.
Well, yeah, but you're definitely all in on him winning that job.
Willie with only one L.
And another guy, what the heck? Yeah, he should be Wiley.
That's 4 hecks.
But that was a different. That was a different context.
That was more acceptable.
That's a lot of hex, though. Yeah. This is a lot of hex.
The heck counter.
Yeah. Ding, ding. All right. I just think Boxberger, for the same reason that all spring, I thought Greg Holland was going to win the D-backs closer job, and then I backed off because peer pressure, because everyone else was saying, no, it's Bradley. Come on, he's way better. I just think Boxberger's a closer.
Yeah, they probably think he is, but Peralta was there the year before. He went 14 for 14.
That helps his cause for sure.
And he's been a little bit better this spring.
So, he hasn't been a little better. He's been a ton better.
Yeah.
Boxberger's been terrible this spring. And so for that reason, but here's the question. Are we just talking about who's going to win this job out of spring training?
No, we're saying who's going to get more saves.
More saves for the year?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm definitely, you know what? I love having the guy who's not going to have the job in spring.
Oh, you think he's just going to like lay back in the cut and then just once he passes, you think Boxberger's never going to give the job up?
Once he gets it.
Yeah.
Once Boxy gets it.
If he does anything remotely valuable, he'll get traded at the trade deadline.
Probably as a closer. Probably to the Yankees who need a closer.
What other, I was going to look through the closing. So,
there's a lot.
Jobs that are still somewhat undecided. I'll save the Twins because I know you have something to say about the Twins guys. Let's see. Seattle's kind of, I think it's Strickland.
Yeah, that's decided.
Let's see.
Marlins. Baltimore isn't.
I think it's pretty safe that it's Givens.
I think it's safe it's a committee, but he'll probably head it up to start. I mean, talking about a guy who's had a bad spring. Holy.
Marlins, we saying Romo at this point.
Yeah, I guess.
Tell you another interesting one. I'm not so sure that Robertson is going to get all the saves in Philly.
They got good relievers, man. Dominguez is nasty. Even Nearest is nasty.
What else we got? Milwaukee's still weird. We don't know if Hader's going to be the guy or not. Kimbrel's still sitting out there.
Well, I don't think Hader will be as soon as Jeffers is healthy, but yeah.
Cardinals, are we just thinking it's Hicks?
That's, they're saying they want to go committee. Yeah. So, but I always say when it's a committee, the lefty winds up pitching early.
Yeah. And then the last one, Will Smith, Melanson. It's got to be Smith, right?
Yeah.
All right, so go back to the Twins because I know you have a prediction.
Right. All right, so this is we also were going to throw out a bold prediction, so I'm combining this. This is my bold one.
So you're going to mail this one in?
No. Well, we're running short on time. But it's that at the end of this year, Trevor May will be a top 10 fantasy closer.
Okay.
Which is bold because he doesn't even have a job yet, technically.
Right.
We don't know for sure.
He's got a job. He doesn't have a closing job.
Well, no, he's cashing a paycheck.
Right.
Yeah. But so the Twins are weird. They signed Blake Parker, who kind of has closing experience, but not
Addison
really.
Reed.
Well, yeah, it's funny how he's sort of out. It's a good name for that profession. It is. Not as much as Brooks Pounder, but
it's just he was born to do one thing.
He really was.
He's not doing it.
He's not doing it.
He's not doing it.
Come on, buddy. Figure it out. So Yeah, May, he was great last year when he came back from Tommy John. There's always obviously a risk that he's going to be an injury guy. He was really good last year. And they also have Taylor Rogers, who's been a pretty solid lefty guy. I could see them saying, hey, we're going to go committee. But I just feel even if they say that, May is going to be the guy they hold out and he'll get the most saves.
Two things I think that go against you there. One, I just think it's tough, like, unless he has a ridiculous saves year like Trinan or something like that. Mm-hmm. A lot of the top 10 I feel like will be kind of spoken for.
Maybe, but not if there's injuries. And look, you can have 31 saves, but if you get 6 wins, that helps.
But I would say the other thing, which it kind of goes along the same lines of all those guys, like in the mix in the bullpen, is like Rocco Baldelli, like young manager, like wanting to do things the new way, a different way. That could be a bit of an issue.
Could be.
But I think the Twins are going to be good. I think they got a shot at the wild card, so there's going to be some saves there.
No, there'll be some saves, and like I said, I just think he's going to have a lot of Ks. I think the peripherals are going to be really good. It's just going to come down to those saves plus wins, and those are fluky. We all know it. And that's why it's a bit of a bold prediction.
Do you want to hear an even bolder prediction?
I would love to hear one.
Because I'm all in on my Brewers.
As always.
But we're going to go outside the lineup, and we're going to go to the rotation.
The Reds are just like... As soon as a hotter NL Central team came along, he dumped us.
I think I'm just in...
No, the Reds are the side chick. The Brewers are the...
Well, I'm into both of them.
Trophy wife.
Like, let's just watch NL Central games as much as possible.
The Reds are they're like the chick who you do like the dirty weird stuff with.
You don't tell anyone about.
But the Brewers are the one you proudly show them off to your friends.
Right.
Treat with respect.
Right. Yeah. And what are the Cardinals in that scenario? Just
a good old Midwestern housewife. You know it. All right.
So I'm going to go Brandon Woodruff.
Yeah.
Corbin Burns.
Yeah.
We can combine them. A nice hard-throwing righty called Woodruff Burns, which I have no problem drafting in the fantasy draft.
Sounds like a lacrosse prep school kid.
Here we go.
Woodruff Burns, the third.
300 innings, 300 Ks, 24 wins. I had 26 wins, and then I dropped it to 24. That was a little too bold.
Yeah, 300
Tougher to get a win than you think.
Okay. I just have a feeling Woodruff winds up in the bullpen at some point, and that hurts your innings and then your ultimate K bottom line. So I would definitely say that is too bold.
Oh, too bold.
That is too bold, too spicy.
I mean, I couldn't do like 275. I mean, you gotta do 300. Like, you gotta do round numbers.
Should have done it like 2/3. Yeah. No, I like Woodruff a lot. Burns sort of came on late here in the spring, and it'll be interesting. They feel like a team that's going to trade for a starter at some point.
They got other guys they can drop from the rotation, though.
Right. That's the thing for a team.
So I'm a little nervous that the rotation is potentially a little fluid. But I like these guys as end of the draft.
Yeah, I do too. Especially Woodruff.
Cheap value, all that stuff.
Especially Woodruff. All right, I like it. Those are good. And so that's our board bet /
Are we going to revisit these toward the end of the year?
If I'm winning.
Okay, cool.
We'll revisit those. And we'll see what happens. Everyone play along. Everyone should have their own.
Yeah, I hope everyone was writing these down.
Well, no. They should have their own with their own friends, because especially if you didn't, like, you like a guy, like the way you like some players, but if you didn't get him on your any of your fantasy teams, it's a good way to still be invested.
Well, and you know what annoys me? And we obviously work in a job with a lot of sports fans, and people say things, right? People, not so much even hot takes. Like, people just say things.
Yep.
And then the season happens, and no one remembers, or no one, and it wasn't written down what they said.
No.
And like, this is a good way to be like, you know what? I think some things.
Well, this is like a thing now, right?
I'm gonna say some things. Let's.
The NBA on TNT's got their board where Ernie writes it and does the post-it. No, I feel this is becoming more of a thing.
Well, because you should take accountability for the stuff that you say.
You're right. I'm still reeling from my. We didn't actually put money on this, but years ago, you might not even remember, but I do, because I have honor.
Okay.
And when you and I had a pride bet on who would have the better NBA career, Derek Williams or Harrison Barnes.
And I took Harry Barnes.
And you won.
Oh, God.
Derek Williams sucks. I didn't even like Derek Williams that much.
I don't even remember that.
I just didn't like Harrison. See, I have honor, and I'm willing to cop to it.
See, when it comes to that, all I can remember is
Steph Curry, Eddie House.
Fighting with people at work over Steph Curry being more than a rotational Eddie House type in the NBA.
And I had an argument with those same people, Kevin Love versus Troy Murphy.
Yeah?
Kevin Love's basically just Troy Murphy, And I said, is he? He's a little better. But anyway, so that's it for preseason. Next time we're doing this, we're gonna be
digging in for real.
We're gonna tell you who's too hot, won't keep up the 770, 770 batting average.
We're gonna pace out homers next week, right?
Oh, can't wait.
This guy's on pace for 152 homers,
6,000 RBIs. But we'll have some stuff we'll go over. We'll go over, hey, can you drop this guy already? Should you add this guy? What's worth making moves? We'll get into our regular routine, and we have to mention, starting opening day, Thursday, on DAZN, which you can stream on any device.
The AZN.
There's no excuse to not have DAZN on your whatever you like to stream on.
Right.
Is the premiere of Change Up, the new whip around show is what they're calling it. And it's basically Red Zone for baseball.
Yep. Jumping around from game to game.
The important stuff, the big at-bats, the big players. There's going to be also, they're going to have some fantasy tie-ins to it. I don't know if that means us. Probably not, since no one's talked to us, but there will be some fantasy tie-ins, certainly for daily. This is the kind of thing that if, I think fantasy
if you don't
owners...
get the package, or if you can't bother flipping around, this will do it for you.
Yeah, this does it for you. It'll get the big stuff. It's every night during the week.
Weeknights, yeah.
Weeknights. Now, for opening day, it's going to be on during the day.
Yep. And other than that, I think it's weeknights.
7 to 1.
7 to 1 or something like that. Yep.
You don't miss
I've heard final pitch, but
final pitch.
I don't know if that's...
I don't know if there's extra innings, but the point is this. Just strap in for 6 hours and just let DAZN take you around the majors.
Yep.
You get to see those A's catchers. It was Stephen Voigt. That's who it was. It was an A's guy. He kept getting pulled for a pinch runner on third.
Stephen Voigt. He was good for a while.
I know he was. I saw he just got sent to the minors or whatever team he's trying to make. And I saw Mesoraco. It's like, I'd rather retire than go to AAA.
Like, that's so great.
Yeah.
Like, and he's been injured. It's like, no, I don't want to ride buses and be in the minors.
Yeah.
I'm out.
You do kind of sound pompous though.
It depends how you.
But I get it.
If you deliver it that way, like, you don't sound pompous. He's not like, I'm too good to be in the minors. I don't want to do that.
Right. Fair enough. But anyway, DAZN, sign up, subscribe. You also get a lot of boxing, MMA, combat sports. If you like Canelo Alvarez, it's the only place you're going to be able to watch Canelo Alvarez.
Heavyweight champ.
That's right. So it'll be great for baseball fans, though, especially those who like to bet on games and especially those who play fantasy, which I'm guessing every single person listening to this does. Both of. So, I'm Matt Latuski. Thank you for listening, and until next time.